subscribers are going to be watching them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, documenting their every move for your entertainment, your money. Hopefully it'll be worth it. I really am looking forward to Legends House. If you haven't already subscribed to the WWE Network or don't have any information on how you can get access to this thing, call your local cable or satellite provider, and you can also head over to WWE.com. The WWE Network is going to have a sub-site launched off of WWE.com for information in detail and ordering information as well. I'm going to be looking forward to Legends House probably more than anything that WWE Network is going to be offering. They're going to have tons of mobile apps. They're going to have a lot of updates. They're going to have an official website. They're going to have programming including live in-ring action, a reality show for the Divas. It's going to be fun. Programming we've never seen WWE offer before. Maybe because they couldn't back in the 90s. I think that if we would have seen a show with the Iron Sheik on it, just alone, it would have been entertaining back in the 90s, but due to their unavailability and everything in some areas, they were unable to offer programming like they're going to be offering sometime here in 2012. I would have loved to have seen, this type of programming back in the 90s, just to see how it would all turned out, what the production value would have been like. But with the advancement of technology here about a decade or so later, we're seeing more and more programming coming from WWE. We didn't get the Diva Search. I guess the NXT Season 3 installment was their excuse for the latest version of the Diva Search. We got AJ, we got Caitlyn, we got Maxie, and other divas out of it. We got the Tough Enough show in one season. I was expecting Season 2 to have premiered long before now. Hopefully around WrestleMania time we're going to see Season 2 of Tough Enough. The new revamped Tough Enough. So hopefully we're going to see something cool come from this Legends House show. I'm really looking forward to finding out who's going to be on this show. We have rumored names being thrown around left and right. It's going to be fun to find out what the cast is going to be. You, the WWE fans, pick the name Legends House after WWE.com offered you a few up in a survey. And it's a cool name. It's a real cool name. You also pick the name for the Diva reality show and a number of other shows that WWE Network is going to be offering sometime here in 2012. I like the interaction. I like how WWE Network is offering you more interactivity than any network is offering you right now. The Oprah Winfrey Network and other networks offer you a couple of things, but compared to the WWE Network and what it's offering is absolutely unparalleled to anything I have ever seen before. I like the idea of the live in-ring action. Maybe we're going to get some live shows televised for the first time ever on WWE. You won't have to buy a ticket anymore. You'll be able to sit at home in the comfort of your own home, your apartment, and watch WWE live in-ring action like you couldn't before. So it's going to be really fun. When the tag titles changed hands from Air Boom to Epico and Primo, that was at a live show. So hopefully in 2012 and 2013 and so on, we're going to be able to see this kind of thing on the WWE Network, and eventually what I'm expecting is programming like Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to be moved to the WWE Network and taken off of WWE.com, although I do think they'll be offering repeated airings of the shows you'll miss throughout the week on WWE.com, like every network, like The Score, USA Network, CW, and others offer on their official websites. I think eventually all the programming WWE are offering now on networks like Sci-Fi and the USA Network are going to be moved to the WWE Network with tons of mobile apps, exclusive features, lots of stuff coming from WWE Network. But the one thing that I'm excited for the most is the WWE Network, not just because of the promo with the Iron Sheik behind the door of the Legends House, but for everything that the WWE Network is going to be offering. Things they couldn't offer you back in 1995, they're going to be offering you for the first time here in 2012, 2013, and so on. It's going to be the most popular network on television out of every network we've seen here and premiere over the last 365 days. I think it's going to be real fun. It's going to be more popular than the Oprah Winfrey Network, that's for sure. And the Oprah Winfrey Network is pretty popular with fans of Oprah who followed her for over 25 years of her show. And there are a number of other networks that are out there that are on the top 5 most popular networks of all time. I think the WWE is going to provide some competition with their network because it's going to be offering a lot of stuff that these networks aren't offering. And the key thing is the interactivity it's going to be offering to the viewers and the fans of the product. John Cena says in the WWE Network promo, you do not want to miss that one. You're not going to want to miss the WWE Network premiering sometime in 2012 because everything that it's promoting itself to be sounds pretty unique and pretty interesting and absolutely mind-blowing. I'm really excited for the WWE Network. I hadn't been excited for something as much as this since NXT or Tough Enough. And I'm talking Tough Enough back in 2001. The very first Tough Enough that was won by Maven Hoffman when he was trained by Al Snow, and they did some tag team work on SmackDown. I haven't seen anything receive this much attention since NXT back in 2010 when it premiered on Sci-Fi, joining the likes of programming like Star Trek and Ghost Hunters. I haven't been excited for anything like this in quite some time. Legends House. If you're joining us here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, you see the promotional graphic of the house with the hand. The WWE Legends logo looks absolutely outstanding. If you haven't seen the promo of the Iron Sheik behind the door, I'll tweet it on our Twitter page amongst our 335 tweets or more at twitter.com, HW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1, and also tweet the Iron Sheik Brian Blair promo that's on YouTube. It's all over the place on YouTube.com that he cut a couple of years ago. That's still really popular with old school fans of professional wrestling. And I'm sure if you're an old school fan of people like the $1 Million Man, Rowdy Piper, the Iron Sheik hasn't been confirmed for the Legends House. I do have to throw that one in there amongst some of the names that I have mentioned hadn't been confirmed. Nobody's been confirmed for this thing yet, but with the Iron Sheik behind the door, it kind of leads me to believe that he's going to have some involvement with Legends House. Nobody's been confirmed for this thing yet, but if you saw the promo for Legends House, you see the Iron Sheik behind the door. That makes me really excited for the WWE Network. Screw everything else it's offering. It has the Iron Sheik. He's going to be on Raw and SmackDown, too, promoting this thing as well. Expect more Legends to show up on Raw to promote Legends House for in the first few weeks that it airs on the WWE Network. We've seen a lot of Legends come back in 2011 with Booker T, Kevin Nash, Mick Foley, and so on. We're going to see even more on Raw and SmackDown promoting Legends House on both brands of WWE to promote this thing in the first few weeks of it airing on the WWE Network. In the top 5 programs that WWE Network are going to be airing, I'm expecting the Diva one and the Legends House one to be amongst the top 5 most popular programs, along with the live in-ring action. WWE Network's going to be offering a lot of stuff, and I'm really fun. It's going to be really fun, and I'm going to be really excited to find out what's going to be on WWE Network, along with the programming we've already learned about and the interactivity. It's going to include tons of mobile apps, ways for you to interact like no network offers you before, and with the internet and everything, with the promotional website it's going to have. It's going to be so fun to watch. It's going to have 24-hour programming, WWE all the time. It's what every WWE fan has been wanting for the last 25 years or more, I think. And everyone's going to be excited to see this one, especially if you're an old school fan of people like Rowdy Piper in the days of Piper's Pit. Something cool that WWE Network is going to have is vintage WCW and ECW programming. I remember when ECW had that television deal on networks like TNN back when it was long before it was ever Spike TV, and WCW had this deal with Ted Turner's network, the Nashville Network, and I think it's going to be really fun to see WCW programming and ECW programming the way it was meant to be, not this watered-down version of the old ECW that WWE tried to reincarnate and shoved down our throats in 2006 for the first time on June 13th, just 2 days after the second ever ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view when Rob Van Dam won the ECW Championship. I think it's going to offer you programming that you've wanted to see from WWE for quite some time, programming that was offered on WWE 24/7, but the old school ECW tapings and the old school WCW tapings and live shows, it's going to be really fun to see all of that for the first time in about 10 or so years. Vince McMahon made the smartest move ever when he purchased the libraries of WWE and WCW and ECW all together in one, because it's really fun to see this old school footage edited and digitally remastered, and it's all going to be there on the WWE Network. What I'm excited for is Legends House, the reality show and following the Divas, and we've got this programming coming from ECW and WCW, old Monday Night Nitro programming, old ECW Friday night tapings that used to be on TNN. It's all going to be there. The stuff that was dared to be thrown off the network by Paul Heyman and ECW, it's all going to be there on the WWE Network. It's going to be completely uncensored. It's going to have the PG programming tied in with a bit of TV 14A. It's going to be really fun. And WWE are premiering a new set sometime in 2012 too. So I'm really going to be looking forward to that. We've seen the set from WWE, the same set used year after year here for a while, for the better part of about a half a decade. So we're going to have a new television set, we're going to have new programming, we're going to have never-before-seen legends on TV, we're going to have everything. So it's going to be really fun. The host of these programs have yet to be determined. Scott Stanford is rumored to be hosting a daily talk show for WWE. He hasn't done much for WWE other than do commentary for superstars with people like Josh Matthews. So it's going to be really fun to see that if that comes into fruition. Can you imagine a daily talk show with WWE wrestlers and a WWE broadcaster and journalist? That's going to be really fun. That's going to be the first talk show since probably Access or Confidential back in the early 2000s. I'm going to be really looking forward to the WWE Network. I'm so excited. I want to order it now, although I can't. If you haven't got any information on the WWE Network, I'll probably tweet a couple of articles over the next couple of days, so make sure you look for that on our Twitter page. Make sure you look for the Iron Sheik Legends House promo. It is included with the WWE Network promo that gives you information on the reality shows, the live in-ring action, the vintage WCW and ECW programming. It's all there. I'm going to be really looking forward to finding out what the WWE Network is going to be offering. We know so much, but we don't know everything just yet. The Legends House show is what everyone's talking about. It's what everyone is excited to see. And I'm just excited that there's all these radio show hosts and columnists about Legends House, because these legends, I haven't seen these legends in years. You know, it's been forever since I saw the Iron Sheik. I think the last time I saw him was on the old school Raw back in 2010 when John Cena and Randy Orton had that edition of Piper's Pit. That was the conclusion of the old school Raw. Following that, I think they did something similar to that called All-Star Night, but it wasn't as good as the old school Raw. Roddy Piper was on that one too. I think he wrestled on the All-Star Night show, but I really like the old school Raw because we saw people like Nikolai Volkov, the Iron Sheik, Iran #1 returned for the first time in years. The $1 Million Man was on there. Cowboy Bob Orton was on there as well with his son Randy doing a scene. It was really fun. So it's going to be the first time we've seen these legends in a long time. A lot of them are under Legends contract for the first time. We're going to see Nash. We're going to see Foley doing stuff for it too. So it's going to be really fun. The endless list of legends is absolutely unparalleled. Anything I've ever seen going to have something to do with the WWE Network, and rightfully so. Mean Gene Okerlund's going to be back for the WWE Network, along with a bunch of legends we haven't seen for a long time. Maybe we'll see the Jumping Jim Bronzell come back for the first time. One half of the legendary tag team, the Killer Bees, and do something with, the Iron Sheik. Maybe Brian Blair will be back. Who knows? We're going to see a lot of more old school promos, a lot of old school footage airing up until the premiere of the WWE Network, which is coming sometime here in 2012. I haven't been excited for something as much as this in a long time. Again, the last time I was excited as this was probably the original Tough Enough premiering on the USA Network before Raw many years ago. I think it had its own time slot and its own night to air. Apart from Raw, it aired some nights when Raw was on.